Digital IDs have been getting a lot of buzz lately. Australia's proposal for a new digital ID system is being touted as a more modern and effective way to prove who we are. Instead of fumbling through your wallet for a license, you would just pull up a digital version. Sounds simple enough, right? But beneath the promise of convenience and efficiency lies a web of privacy concerns that make the idea of swapping a physical ID for a digital one a lot less appealing. Let's be clear, the new system isn't just about turning your license into a JPEG. It's about creating a centralized database where these digital identities are managed, stored, and verified. The first red flag here is obvious. Creating a centralized database full of identity documents basically hands hackers a target list wrapped in a bow. The more sensitive the data collected and centralized, the more attractive it is to malicious actors. Even with the best cybersecurity practices, the risk of a breach increases exponentially with the amount of data stored in one central location. If this new digital ID system suffered a breach, it wouldn't simply be someone taking a peek at your email address or phone number. It could mean your entire identity is exposed. We're talking driver's license, passport, medical records, and more. Australia's history with cybersecurity is not exactly spotless either. Major breaches, including the recent Medibank and Optus hacks, show just how easily massive troves of sensitive data can fall into the wrong hands. Now imagine the consequences if a centralized digital ID database suffered the same fate. The fallout could be catastrophic, with many people suffering from identity theft and fraud and being blacklisted from financial institutions because of things that they had nothing to do with. Then there's the not so small issue of metadata. The government says that the digital ID system will simplify things, but the process of generating and verifying these IDs seems like it will be an entirely online affair. Every single time you use one of these digital IDs, the government will have a record of when and where you used it. You know what that means, right? Every single time you verify your ID, you'll be logging the action that you're taking and the location that is taking place for the government to see. Going to the pub for a pint? Government knows all about it. Popping out to the casino for a hand of blackjack later on? The government knows about that too. Australia's current ID system involves centrally issued but locally verified ID documents. You show your ID to a bouncer, a bank clerk, a bartender, and that's where it ends. That person can verify your ID without any paper trail leading back to Big Brother. This system, while being far from perfect, has the benefits of decentralization when it comes to verification. Switching to a digital ID system changes all of that. Under this new system, every verification would leave a trace in some central database. It's not just that your identity is being confirmed, it's that that confirmation is being logged somewhere. Do you really want the government knowing every single time that you go to the pub or pick up a package from the post office? It's a bit more invasive than I think most of us are comfortable with. And it's not like there aren't better alternatives for achieving this goal. There are privacy-preserving alternatives like proof of passport, which can digitally verify your identity without the centralized database. Systems like these use a very interesting technology called zero-knowledge proofs, which allow you to prove something without actually revealing the information. For example, you could prove that you are over 18 without having to reveal your date of birth. These systems are decentralized and don't require a central authority to verify the information. Instead, they rely on cryptographic methods to make sure that your data belongs to you and you alone. Not only would this approach be more secure, but it's better aligned with the principles of privacy that we all hold dear. I'm not here to tell you that digital IDs are inherently bad. They do have benefits and are kind of inevitable in a world that's more and more built on digital interactions. The problem lies in how it's implemented. Centralizing identity verification and storage doesn't just make things easier for you, it makes things easier for anyone who's trying to exploit your data. Before we embrace digital IDs with open arms, we need to ask ourselves what we're willing to trade for that convenience. Once that data is centralized, you can't uncentralize it. These systems could open the door to increased surveillance and make it much easier for governments to justify collecting more information in the name of security and convenience. Embracing new technology shouldn't come at the cost of your privacy, and it's crucial that any digital ID system respects that balance. Otherwise, we risk sliding down a slippery slope where our identities become just another data point for governments and corporations to track, analyze, and exploit. And that's a future that should make anyone pretty uneasy. So while the thought of ditching the wallet for a sleek digital ID might sound appealing, just remember, The devil is in the digital details. If you want to learn more about how you can free yourself from online tracking, check out the channel, like, and subscribe. I'm Cam from Session. Thank you for joining me, and stay safe out there.